Y'all remember that recent post from Gooseworx where we found out about Kane's reaction to episode 8, right? That got me thinking, what the hell could have shocked Kane that much? And after watching that TADC ad in Japan, I feel like the puzzle pieces are finally coming together. At first, I didn't get the whole deal. Why the hell did Glitch and Goose throw some random abstracted monster into that ad a year and a half after we last saw something like that? On one hand, you could just say it's Kufmo, and that abstraction is just a symbol of TADC, which would make sense. But what if that ain't it? Maybe this character is hinting that someone else is going to share Kufmo's fate in the future. Or hell, maybe it ain't even Kufmo at all. Maybe it's somebody else. We already know Kane locked Kufmo away in that basement with the other monsters, and from what I can tell, none of them have managed to get out. What really backs up my theory is Pomni and Jax's dynamic in that ad. Based on how they interact, it looks like they're at least at the episode 3 stage. Think about it. Back in the pilot, Pomni had no clue what was going on. In episode 2, she still wasn't ready to clap back at Jax. But episode 3, that's when she really started showing some backbone. And in that case, there's a huge chance that this ad was actually showing us someone new. But who exactly could have turned into an abstracted monster? That's what we're going to find out today. Let me just say up front, don't get too attached to the specific episodes I'm going to mention, because honestly, this kind of transformation could happen in any episode. And Kane's reaction? It might not even be about a returning character. It could be someone completely new. Alright, let's finally get into it. Who's most likely to be the next abstracted monster? A while back, the creators explained that there were only supposed to be 6 characters in the digital circus, and Kufmo didn't make the cut. If we do see someone new in episodes 7-9, unfortunately, that means one of the characters we already know will likely have to transform into an abstracted monster. But how likely is that? And who might be the unlucky one? Let's start with the least obvious candidates. Jax, for many, is the most unpleasant character due to his actions.
Ladies first. No, wait, why would I say that? Side and shoot him repeatedly until they're unrecognizable.
I feel like that violates some kind of convention.
You're violating my ears with your clapback. Get driving, driver.
So, Pomni, I'm sure there's some way you could help out here. Maybe when we catch up to them, we could...
Gotta be assertive. Like this!
Hey! Jax!
However, despite that, Jax's full story will only be revealed in episode 6, and it would be odd to remove him from the digital circus right after his moment in the spotlight. Plus, Gooseworx has shown a clear fondness for Jax, which works in his favor. Personally, I wouldn't want Jax to abstract by the end of the season either. It's really fascinating to see how, with each episode, people seem to care less and less about him.
Don't I know it?
If your friends see him, I only hope he doesn't bore them to death with his endless monologue. Feel free to visit anytime.
Definitely.
What happened up here?
Don't worry about that.
He's no longer as much of a problem for most of the characters. How Jax will behave moving forward will keep us intrigued until the very end. Pomni also has a very slim chance of being removed from the show, despite being the most emotional character in the digital circus.
My name? My name is, oh God! Why can't I remember my name? Why? Every day I spend here is one nightmare after the next. I knew it would end up like this. He just wants me to suffer. I really am in hell.
Plus, her mental state has been steadily improving since the pilot episode. In the pilot, she hated everything around her. But by the second episode, we already saw some signs of improvement. And by the end of episode 3, she had fully accepted what was happening in the digital circus and came to terms with the fact that she wouldn't be able to escape. We even got to see her genuinely happy for the first time.
Oh, Pomni, Kinger, are you guys okay? Was it scary?
I'm fine, actually.
Were you?
Something like that. Hey, Ragatha.
Yeah?
I just want to say thanks for always being concerned about me.
And let's be honest, if the digital circus started with Pomni, it should end with her. Jax and Pomni are the characters that will definitely stick around until the very end of the season. Besides those two, there's one more character with very little chance of becoming an abstracted monster, Zubul.
If anyone needs me, then off.
Oh God, oh jeez!
Despite her strange behavior and significant mental issues,
It's me, remember? I don't like myself. I hate this body. I hate all these stupid removable pieces.
She definitely won't be leaving the digital circus. Remember that one leak from Gooseworx, where she explicitly mentioned that Zubul would be with us until the end of episode 9. With that, we have 3 characters who definitely won't be removed, and we'll get to enjoy their journeys until the end of the first season. Now, let's turn our attention to those who are more likely to leave the digital circus, just like Kaufmo did. However, since episode 9 will be the finale and won't feature any of the digital circus's horrors, only 2 out of 3 characters will become abstracted monsters, while 1 will remain with the others. Our choices are Kinger, Gangle, and Regatha. Let's play a little game. I'll first explain the reasons why each of them could turn into an abstracted monster, and before I reveal the correct answer, go ahead and write in the comments who you think will keep their life in the digital circus. Regatha is the kindest character of them all, and she seems to be the only one genuinely trying to help Pomni adjust to life in the digital circus.
What did any of that mean?
Oh, that's just one of Kane's little adventures. They're just something fun to do to, prevent us from going insane.
Regatha never loses her optimism, even in the most challenging situations, but her kindness could lead to unfortunate consequences. Regatha doesn't know how to stand up for herself effectively, and if we recall the scene from episode 3 where Pomni says the long-awaited words to Regatha,
Hey, Regatha,
Yeah?
I just want to say thanks for always being concerned about me. I feel like through everything, I haven't really been appreciative enough about that.
we can see how much those words mean to her, as if she had been waiting for them her entire life. But it's not just Pomni who receives support from Regatha. She extends that same kindness to everyone else as well. However, we haven't seen anyone else truly appreciate Regatha's actions, and I'm sure that causes her pain. Also, remember how she apologized to Pomni in a situation where she wasn't even at fault.
Oh, and don't worry about the whole abandoning me for the exit thing. It's perfectly understandable what you were going through at the time, and there's no hard feelings. You're all good.
This kind of behavior, along with her overly strong attachment to others, could very well be what leads her to becoming an abstracted monster. Gangle is a victim of the digital circus, or more specifically, a victim of Jax. That rabbit makes sure Gangle, the queen of drama, doesn't get a moment of peace whenever he has the chance.
Which door should we choose?
Not sure. Let's try this out.
Gangle is constantly crying, even in the most harmless situations. She can't stand up to her main bully, Jax, and because of that, she has to endure his torment day after day.
Do it, it'll be epic.
Why are there so many knives back here?
Do it, or I'll tell Regatha about the figurine thing.
This would put her on the verge of the same state that Kaufmo experienced in the final days of his life. And then we have the king of madness in the digital circus, Kinger.
What was that? Was that you?
No. Oh, wait, you mean me grabbing you right now? Yeah, that was me. Is this your hand?
That's my eye.
Yes, but which eye?
I really don't think that matters. Will you stop touching my eye?
Oh, yeah, sorry.
Unstable, fearful, and occasionally rational, Kinger is a character who suffers deeply from his life in the digital circus. We've learned that he isn't as strange as he seems. His pain stems from the loss of the person closest to him.
Right after my wife had abstracted. I don't recall the exact string of events, but we both ended up in the fort together. And it was dark. The darkness seemed to calm her down a bit.
It's quite possible that this tragedy is what caused Kinger to become who he is today. However, it's important to remember that he has truly learned to cope with all the challenges surrounding him. But what if each day becomes an increasing trial for Kinger, and there comes a point when he can't bear it any longer and decides to reunite with his wife? Write down who you think from this trio will survive and who will follow Kaufmo's path. I believe Regatha will manage to keep her life, and the reason isn't just her immense optimism, but also because of Pomni, who is likely to become her only true friend, helping her cope with all the challenges. On the other hand, Kinger and Gangle face far too harsh conditions in the digital circus, making it truly difficult for them to endure. Well, this video comes to an end, and if you don't agree with me, let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel